A2 Chp2-18 for assignment 2 has symmetry marks across the axes, so we'll utilize those. There's not a whole lot of other information, so we know that we have radiuses. And the assumption would be that those are tangents. So we can draw these first geometries, the circles, and then see about trimming it out or using the contours and regions. So this is in millimeters. Pick up our part metric. We'll go into the front plane and open the sketch. And because I'm going to be mirroring, I want to go vertical, infinite length, and that's just easier and I won't ever run out of center line. Go ahead and select a horizontal and we can put that one in as well. And I'll just escape out of that. Back up to the command manager into the circle. We have a radius of 20, so that will be our diameter of 40. And again, if I want to see it as a radius, I can right-click on the dimension and in the pop-up display as radius. That's the same as coming over to the liters. And not sure why that it doesn't highlight when I've already changed it, but it has the same effect. And so I'm doing a select, hold down the control button on the keyboard, selecting the vertical center line in this case. Select, oh, maybe I didn't want that one. Select, control select, and then control select the horizontal, and we're going to mirror across the x-axis. All right, we go ahead and put our dimensions on. These are going to be set to the radial or the half dimension, and we have 40 and 30. All right, so in picking our arcs, escape. In picking our arc, we want to, center point arc isn't really going to help us. We could put these at the origin, but they're pretty big, or put this on the center lines that we created. But given 120 and 60, our center point's going to be kind of out there a little ways. So tangent arc requires an endpoint. We don't have any endpoint, so 3-point arc is a good choice. So I can pick circle, go to the other circle. It's showing me the blue dashed line when I pick and drag. Then I'm getting it close and pick again to select it. All right, going to do the same thing. Select, go coincident to the other circle, drag it to an approximate position, click to place it. All right, we put the 120, that looks pretty close, and the 60. Now it's still not going to go defined because we have not set either tangency. Yeah, pretty much need to set the tangency because it's symmetric. It may go, but let's make tangent, and it pulled 1 back. Select, control, select, tangent. All right, so that goes fully defined. Select, control, select, make tangent, which again is the same as coming over here to the property manager, select, control, select, and tangent. So I'm doing the select, control, select. If you don't, let's see, how would we do that if, well, we could do the display delete relations. Nope, no, I need to do the pull down and add relation. We're pretty much going to do the select, control, select, and then go to tangency and add that relation. All right, so mirror entities, so select, control, select the center line, mirror across that axis. Select, control, select, mirror across the axis. All right, and then your choice. I wouldn't go to the trouble of trying to do this with the with the arcs in the corners, just simply because the circles are easier to contend with. And if we go into trim, my preference is trim to closest, and we accept. Our 4 circles then, and we'll stay with the mirror just for practice. I could probably just as easy draw 4 circles and make them equal. We'll go mirror, select, control select, select the vertical, mirror, and then we have a radius of 20, or diameter of 20 on this one. All right, so don't think we've used the fillet before. We have done the center rectangle. I went to from midpoints. The problem with the midpoints is it's going to overlay the center lines that I put on the axes. So I'm going to switch back over to 4 corners, which is pretty much my preference anyway. We'll go into the dimension. From center line to the object is 15. And from center line to the vertical line object is 25. And one of the things that comes up with putting the fillet in, we have to choose if we're going to include the fillets in the sketch. And if there's a few, it's not bad thing. It's sometimes it's easier if there's a lot of fillets to make it a fillet feature and just leave the corners square. So I go into the fillet, and let's see, are we given a radius anywhere? All fillets, radius of 5. Oh, screen jumped. So we go to 5 millimeters and back into the entities and select. And one thing with the sketch fillets, if there's midpoint relations or other relations that the fillet would eliminate, then you're going to get a warning associated to it. So our thickness is 7.25. We'll extrude that out, put in our 7.25, and then this will be ready to save. So it's not always apparent what geometry is going to provide the best direction. Sometimes we just kind of start and see where it leads us. So we'll make sure to save this, and this is our A2 Chp2-18, and save.